Okay, it is 11:04 p.m. on Tuesday, August 30th, 2016, Eastern Daylight Time. Oh, sorry about that. 11:04 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna talk about a very serious matter that's been going on in this country and probably in the world in general right now. The drug use in the schools. Middle school and high school are the two most worst things. Young kids can get hooked on drugs and that can eat their lives away. And so I'm telling you now, as a former addict of, I think about 5 years, please, you young students, no matter if you've had a bad day, no matter how bad your parents treated you, or your grandparents, or anybody in general, anyone that you have human contact with, or anything, please, when somebody walks up to you and hands you something like a cigarette, or a cigar, or a pill, or a bottle of beer, or something, please just say no and walk away from it, because it can take your life away. Because if you grab it and you take it and put it in your mouth or drink it, you just signed up for a whole heck of everything. A lot of trouble. You will have everything from your relationships destroyed with your family, your, I can't describe what has happened to me over it. And I never smoked anything in my life. Now, I will admit, when I was 15, and I don't want to be arrested for this, I did experiment with a couple of beers and a drug and my anxiety medicine, which is prescribed for me. And I still have it today, but I don't ever abuse it. In fact, I'm off of it now. I went cold turkey. And yes, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, if you're on drugs and you're in school now, you better get off them while you're in school, because when your body starts going through that withdrawal syndrome, you're gonna feel like a freaking tornado is inside of you constantly. It's constantly throwing things everywhere. There's no safe place to go. But it only takes, I'm gonna say about 2 to 6 months to fully go through withdrawal and then completely clean yourself up. Because I've already been there. And this is a very serious matter. The drug use in the school has got to stop. And I don't care if you're a dealer in the schools using these or watching these videos. Sorry, not using these videos. Watching the videos. You need to stop it, because you're hurting young people. You're hurting a lot of people. You could be taking the life of the next president and throwing it away. You could be taking the life of the next best band in the world and throwing it away, or the next best anything. Those are my only two good examples, because those are the only two things I really have a genuine interest in. Sorry. I have a lot of speech issues too. And that's from taking medicine for 3 years, but I'm working myself back up on it. Even though it was prescribed for me, I'm so lucky to be alive, and I've always believed in God and Jesus, but I never had a stronger relationship with them until after I realized that they have gotten me through this drug use I had. I just want to go ahead and tell you younger prey, just to avoid the older prey who you see smoking or drinking or popping a pill in school. I just want you to go ahead and avoid them, because it can be very fatal to you and very fatal to your family and people you love. No, that hasn't happened to me, or I wouldn't be here, and nobody in my family that I truly love has died yet, but we have had many addicts in our family. And they passed long before I was even born. Like 5 and 10 years before I was even born, because of their drugs. And they were born in the 50s and 60s, and I was born in 98. So they weren't ready to die yet. I mean, well, they could have been, but the point is, they took their own lives. Now, the younger prey, especially the special needs prey, if they see you had a bad day in any way, shape, or form, such as crying in the bathroom or slumped in the corner after being yelled at by your abusive parents or whoever you live with, whoever is your parent or whatever, your guardian, and or anyone like that, my point is just if someone walks up to you with a cigarette in their hand, outside, because that's usually where it happens, because they can't catch, the teachers have a hard time catching who offered you the cigarette in outside the building of your school, rather than the inside, because they can just roll back the camera footage, which they can do outside too, but they have a harder time seeing them faster, so that means that they have more time to run and take cover and hide, so that their parents can't find them when they find out. If their parents are good people, or if they approve smoking, then they can't, then they can all get in trouble, you know. I'm sorry if I'm not making any sense, but I'm just very stricken by what has recently happened. 175 people nearly killed themselves on heroin in a city in the state I live in, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. I don't know exactly what day it was, but I heard about it this week, and it has just really upset me. And there were 6 fatalities that we know of so far. I don't know if there's been more or what, but that's all my mom told me about it. You know my mom, she's this crazy woman, and I just really want to help the younger people avoid the drugs and stuff in school. So, okay, I'm trying to be a counselor of sorts to get people off of drugs, and to tell the younger students to stay away from the older students on drugs, and the younger people to stay away from the older people on drugs that will offer it to them and stuff. And that goes for the students too, that will offer it to them, because it's been offered to me many times in school. Or I just want to help you guys so you're not throwing your life away. This is a very serious matter. There's 1,000 or more people die every day because of these drugs that these men invented many years ago. Or these people, I don't know if it was men or women, I'm just going to say people. People invented many years ago for health use. Now, if you take it as your doctor prescribes you, and so it tells you to take, if they say it's okay to take 3 or 4 a day, then maybe it's okay. And sometimes it's not even okay to do that, because it could seriously, critically injure you, put you in critical condition in a hospital bed. Especially avoid heroin. The heroin usage in this country has gotten so out of hand. I don't even think that there's not a place that's clean of heroin anymore. And I don't know if it's international, but there are a few other countries that I heard about too. Australia, England, and Ireland, to be exact. I hear that the drug usage there is very hard too, especially the hair and not the tobacco. Well, tobacco is a drug, but I'm not talking really about smoking. I know I've mentioned it in the video, but still. And look, I already said a bunch of times in the video, I'm a former addict of Nerve pills. And I really want to get across to you young minds, you young innocent minds that are going into high school and going into middle school, mostly high school, to avoid the older people on the drugs that will come up to you and offer it after a bad day, even if you see it on the floor. If you see one on the floor, you either pick it up and toss it in the toilet or flush it, or hand it to the nearest teacher and say, I found this on the floor, I don't know what it is, and it's not mine, or just toss it in the nearest trash can. Do not put it in your mouth. Okay? Now, I haven't done that, but I've had a few friends do that. And 2 of them have died over it. One boy was found dead in the bathroom because he was on so much drugs he didn't even remember his own first name. And it was either that or it was his heart condition. And I know I have a lot of speech issues in this video, but I feel that I need to speak my voice. My voice needs to be spoken about this too. And I'm not just talking about heroin and nerve pills. I'm talking about all types of drugs and the dealers, no matter what ages or what gender or what country or what color they are. Avoid them. They're not good for you. I mean, even some doctors are stupid like that. A few doctors, a few doctors can cause you to die, or a doctor can cause you to die too, because they just want your money. They don't care about your health, usually. Now my doctor, she does. She took it into serious hands when she found that I was an addict. She cut me off for 3 years. And I went through heck going through withdrawals, but I made it out alive, and I know you can too. And I'm also trying to protect the younger ones who are just joining those 2 schools that I continuously name in the videos, so that they don't ever have to go through what I went through. Withdrawals usually take about 2 to 6 months, or 2 to 8 months, I want to say, to the max, to go through completely and get that demonic crap out of you. I just really hope that you guys will listen to this video and listen carefully. I know I have a lot of speech issues, and it was from the drugs, and I think that partly fried my brain. And I don't really want to be arrested for admitting to being 15 years old and drinking a couple beers with some nerve pills. I just want to throw it out there. Do not do that, because it can really hurt you. If you are 15 years old, or any time, or any age at all, to be that matter, even if you are of the drinking age, whatever country you're in, please take these words in and sink them in deeply, because they could honestly end your life, and could probably end many other lives too. I'm sorry if this upsets you, but I'm just so sick of all these people overdosing on drugs, and all these students who are bumming drugs off their parents, or somebody in their family, or their family members getting them for them and offering them to kids in school who have stayed clean of their drugs their whole lives. Like happened to me, and I got on my own because I said I need it. I need it. It's stupid, and I almost got admitted to a mental hospital over it too. I hate to have to admit, but there's a black mark on my record right there, but I didn't get admitted because the nurse knew I would be able to make it out alive. She did find me a counselor, though, and the counselor helped me get out of there. So if you're on medicine right now, I'm encouraging you to contact me. I'll give you my name. It is Tina Pommel. I'm not giving you my address. That's all I'm going to give you is my first and last name. You can contact me on Facebook. And I'm the only one in the, I'm going to say Ironton, Ohio area with that name. Just contact me and talk to me every time you feel like taking a pill. It is just a horrid thing to do. Don't even start. No matter how depressed you are, how bad your days have been, or how bad your life is, it's not worth it, because you are you. And you can do with your life as you want. Now, if you're a drug addict and you want to throw your life away to that devil in the bottle, or an alcoholic and the devil in the bottle, or a cigarette, or a cigar and that devil and whatever it's made of, then go ahead, be my guest. But for those who want to clean their lives up over it and stay clean of it, and for the younger people, I'm telling you to stay away from them, you dealers, definitely. Because their parents and their family members can take it into the hands of the law, and you could end up in serious trouble too. Okay, and they can also end up in the hospital, and their blood will be on your hands for you giving it to them in the first place. Now, I already told you that I almost died a couple of times, and I should have been dead, but God kept me alive for some reason. I have yet to figure out what that reason is. Maybe it's to prove out points like this about drugs and stuff. And I'm not just talking about heroin and things like diazepam and lorazepam and any other drug in the world. I'm talking about all of them. Unless they're prescribed for you for medical use, don't use them. Especially if they're coming from another person, because that is called dealing. As you already know, there are many dealers in the world, and they are the reason that there are so many deaths that are going on now. Okay, now I'm gonna go before the camera cuts me off. Just please take the words in this video and sink them in deeply and listen to them. If you're an addict, get off the drugs now. Go to a counselor. Tell your doctor you need help getting off, and go to a counselor. Anyways, thanks for listening. Peace, American power, and drug-free power. And goodbye.